Azrael is available digitally, new horror film starring Samara Weaving, known primarily for Ready or Not, which I enjoyed less than most, I think, even though I like her performance in particular. And she's also known for being Margot Robbie's doppelganger, which was used up as a really clever joke in Babylon. Although in this film she reminded me much more of Gillian Jacobs as Britta in Community. Anyway, the movie starts with a brief cryptic text explaining that it's been years since the rapture and some of the survivors have decided speech is a sin and they've been removing their vocal cords as a cult-like practice. Which leads to the movie's gimmick, which is that aside from one short scene, there is zero dialogue in it. We then meet a pair of people traversing a forest. They quickly get caught by a group of cultists. Samara Weaving is going to be sacrificed to a strange, burn victim-looking demon cannibal creature, but she escapes and first fights for her survival, and then, as the movie nears its end, goes on a revenge rampage against the cultists. So I really wanted to like this film, but I really didn't. I think it's just not very good all around. It has a strong vibe of a D-grade movie shot on a budget in a single forest location. The set design is boring, so are the clothes and the makeup, so are the cannibal demons. The little bit of CGI at the end is not very impressive. The action sequences are not good. They're chopped up to hell in editing and just not very impressive in terms of their design and choreography. And then when it comes to the gimmick of not having no dialogue, you might be asking yourself, well, how is the movie going to explain the plot then? Well, that's the neat part. It doesn't. I haven't really been able to piece together myself that the two characters we first meet are former members of the cult, nor that the cult was protecting their main woman from cannibals so that she could give birth safely to their expected messiah. All of that information I sort of learned later on through IMDb and discussions on forums. The movie itself is very vague about pretty much everything, so you're just sitting there watching, wondering why are these things happening. And normally I tend to complain about too much exposition in movies, but in here it's the other end of the spectrum. There's too little of it, and as a result I had very little reason to become invested in these characters running around the generic looking forest killing each other. I do want to say Samara Weaving is doing her best to salvage the movie, and she does a good job with the little material she is given, but that is just simply not enough, and the movie ends up being incredibly weak and forgettable. Not worth your time.